Call to order the Retirement System Board of Trustees meeting for Friday, June 11th, 2021. Called to order at 8:02 a.m. We'll begin with the roll call. Myself, Lee Kollick, serving as chair, attending in Royal Oak, Michigan. Next, we'll go to Brett Nelson, serving as vice chair.
President, Troy, Michigan.
Thank you. We'll go to Kyle DeBuck, commissioner, serving as trustee.
I'm here in Royal Oak, Michigan.
All right. And Commissioner Monica Hunt, serving as trustee.
Here in Royal Oak, Michigan.
All right. Thank you. Also present, we have Julie Rudd, Board Chief Administrative Officer, Board Secretary, Board Treasurer.
Present.
Thank you. Lisa Genord, Financial Analyst, Pension Technician.
Present.
Thank you. Tom Mischau, Board Attorney.
Present.
And Terry Gerlich, Investment Advisor.
Present.
Sounds good. Thank you. That brings us to public comment. Carol, did we have anything? All right. I don't believe there's public comment. I'm going to make a motion to approve the agenda for the June 11th, 2021 meeting. Is there support?
Brett supports.
Thank you, Brett. All in favor? I am a yes. Brett?
Yes.
Kyle?
Yes.
Monica?
Yes.
All right. I'd just like to, morning, Paul.
Morning.
I'm going to add in that Paul Brake, serving as trustee, city manager, also present.
Dan Lennon from Royal Oak.
All right. Thank you. We were just in the middle of approving the agenda for June 11th, 2021. We were doing the all in favor. Paul, were you in favor of approving the agenda for June 11th, 2021?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and make a motion to approve the minutes for May 21st, 2021. Is there support?
Brett supports.
Thank you, Brett. All in favor? I am a yes. Brett?
Yes.
Kyle?
Yes.
Monica?
Yes.
Paul?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Next, we have under retirement benefits, Catherine M. Sidlowski of the Police Department, ROPOA Bargaining Unit, 26 years and 8 months of service credit, requested retirement date of March 26, 2021, selected option SL straight life regular, 5285.86 gross monthly benefit with withdrawal of contributions, interest of 92,877.10. Christopher N. Anetta of the Police Department, PCOA Bargaining Unit, 25 years of service credit, amended retirement date of April 16th, 2021. It was previously April 15th, 2021. He selected option D, 75% to surviving spouse, 6535.81 gross monthly benefit with withdrawal of contributions, interest of 95,830.06. I want to make a motion to approve the benefits that I just listed. Is there support?
Brett supports.
Thank you, Brett. All in favor? I am a yes. Brett?
Yes.
Kyle?
Yes.
Monica?
Yes.
Paul?
Yes.
Thank you. For investments, I'm going to turn it over to Terry.
Hey, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let me hold on. Let's share my screen. Okay, hopefully everybody can see that. It's fairly quiet month. Be a quick report. As you can see, the portfolio value is up another $2.3 million to just over $183.5 million. In terms of percentage returns, as you can see on this page, maybe I'll make this a little bigger. There you go. You can see the total portfolio is up about 1.2% net of fees. Actually up a little higher than that because we don't have core property priced on a that's only priced on a quarterly basis. So we don't have an updated monthly price there. So that just shows as a zero, just as a placeholder. So I anticipate up a little bit more than that, but let's call it 1.2%. U.S. equities were actually flat this month, with the large cap up slightly. As you can see, 70 basis points, but the small cap down a similar amount. So it really was the gain in equities, which was 1.4%, was really driven by international or non-U.S. equities. As you can see, up 2.7%. So that gives us that positive number that we see in the green. Fixed income did have a positive month. Up, as you can see, investment grade fixed income up 36 basis points, emerging market debt up 1.9, and high yield up 72 basis points. Difference really big here, and the overall theme in the market is really what we talked about would likely be the major theme for the year, would be concern about inflation. And right now, even though inflation report came in pretty strong, the markets have been discounting it as temporary in nature. And in fact, fixed income has been rallying. Interest rates have been coming down. So core fixed income was not only positive for the month, but continues to generate some positive gain here in June as well. So investors are very much right now, anyways, in the camp that inflationary pressures are transitory in nature. That debate will, of course, go on month to month here, and we shall see. But right now, that's helping to keep the market calm, and so hence the modest advance that we see overall in the portfolio. Structured credit had another good month, up 4%. So that continues to compound nicely as we go into the year. As you can see, already up about 18% on a year-to-date basis. And again, no updated number for private equity. Again, that's once a quarter. So core property and private equity both showing zeros as placeholders. So, Mr. Chairman, that's the entirety of the report. It really was all about the market's perception of inflation, and earnings continue to be strong. So there's room to move modestly higher here, but we'll keep an eye on that debate from month to month.
Sounds good. Thank you, Terry. Does anyone have any questions for Terry? All right, I'm going to make a motion to receive and file. Is there support?
Brett supports.
Thank you, Brett. All in favor? I'm a yes. Brett?
Yes.
Kyle?
Yes.
Monica?
Yes.
Paul?
Yes.
Thank you. Legal, Tom, anything to add? Or
Thank you very much.
all right, under other, we have I'm going to go ahead and formally acknowledge that Brett Nelson is the police fire representative on the retirement board, serving as trustee. Based upon the election process, his new term will expire 5/31/2025. Julie, did you have anything else to add?
Not on this topic, but I do have the core property issue.
Okay.
There is a request for the board to vote on whether to withdraw based on the documentation that we received, withdraw the core property investment monies. And I'm just giving this to you as a formality to vote on that, and then perhaps consider allowing me to just administratively on an annual basis when this comes in to disregard it, or let me know if you would like me to bring this to the board each time I get a request in.
So your recommendation at this time is you first need us to, you just want us to allow you to be able to make the decision? and move forward with
Yes,
it?
if your intent is to continue with core property and not reevaluate it from time to time until Terry brings it to you, then number one, I'd like to know if, first of all, if I can just disregard this request for withdrawal at this time. And then is it acceptable if I disregard future requests for withdrawals? And then you guys will just deal with core property when Terry brings it forward to you, whether
I'm
to divest from it.
I'm comfortable with that. Tom's nodding his head yes, so that makes me feel more comfortable. I'll go ahead and make that motion as it was just outlined by Julie. Is there support?
Brett supports.
Thank you, Brett. All in favor? I am a yes. Brett,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Monica,
Yes.
Paul.
Yes.
Thank you. You still need a formal motion to disregard the current one, or Tom, are we good with her just handling it right now?
I think it would just be reflected in the minutes that, any future action changes would be brought to your attention specifically. And until that happens, then no need to receive it in your agenda packets.
Perfect. Thank you. Anything else, Julie?
No, thank you.
Okay. Sounds good. The date of the proposed date of the next meeting is Friday, July 16th at 8 a.m. Does that date not work for anyone?
I'm sorry, which Friday again?
All right. If it's good with
What was the,
everyone,
I'm sorry, Lee, what was the date again?
Friday, July 16th at 8 a.m.
Should be fine.
Okay. If the date works for everyone, we will set the date for the next meeting.
Lee, a quick question. Do we have a sense, and I realize this is a totally open-ended question, what's the $1 million live or in person is what everybody's debating right now?
I have no idea.
We can do either. The commission approved that we can continue doing the remote meetings. And for that matter, it's set up that we can do a hybrid. So it's really the discretion of the board. August will be a different issue. So we'll have to decide at that time, and actually make the transition to in-person. So.
Perfect. Thank you.
So, Paul, should we schedule July's as remote?
You can. It's something that we're used to, and especially if people are traveling with summer obligations, things like that. That's fine.
Okay.
It appears to be it's a little easier for staff. So.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Date of the next meeting has been set for Friday, July 16th, 2021 at 8 a.m. I'm going to make a motion to adjourn. Is there support?
Brett supports.
Thank you, Brett. All in favor? I'm a yes. Brett?
Yes.
Kyle?
Yes.
Monica?
Yes.
Paul?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Meeting is adjourned at 8:16 a.m.
Okay, thank you all. Have a great rest of the day and have a good weekend.
Thank you, Terry, you as well. I'm going to call to order the Retiree Healthcare Investment Board meeting for Friday, June 11th, 2021. Called to order at 8:16 a.m. Begin with the roll call. Myself, Lee Colick, serving as chair, attending from Royal Oak. Next, we have Brett Nelson, serving as vice chair.
I'm present from Troy, Michigan.
All right, thank you. We have Kyle DeBuck, city commissioner, serving as trustee.
Here in Royal Oak, Michigan.
Monica Hunt, city commissioner, serving as trustee.
Here in Royal Oak.
And city manager Paul Brake, serving as trustee.
Here in Royal Oak.
We also have Julie Rudd, serving as board chief administrative officer, board secretary, board treasurer.
Present.
Lisa Genord, financial analyst, pension technician.
Present.
Tom Michaud, Board Attorney,
Present.
and Brian Green,
Present.
Investment Advisor. Thank you. Public comment. Carol, anything on this one? Okay, no public comment on
We have
this.
no one in the audience to give public
Okay.
comment.
Thank you. I'm going to make a motion to approve the agenda for June 11th, 2021. Is there support?
Brett supports.
Thank you, Brett. All in favor? I'm a yes. Brett?
Yes.
Kyle?
Yes.
Monica?
Yes.
Paul?
Yes.
Thank you. I'm going to make a motion to approve the minutes for May 21st, 2021. Is there support?
Brett supports.
Thank you, Brett. All in favor? I'm a yes. Brett?
Yes.
Kyle?
Yes.
Monica?
Yes.
Paul?
Yes.
You. Brings us to investments. I'm going to turn it over to Brian Green.
Right. Bring up May Flash. And at the risk of sounding like a broken record, good news is typically concise and pretty easy to deliver. So May was a bit of a mixed bag just in terms of things. We're still in positive territory across the board for both equity and fixed income, but returns were definitely a bit more muted than what we have seen on a quarter by quarter or month to month basis. So for example, the S&P was up 0.7 for the month. Small cap stocks here in the US were up 0.2. International markets fared a bit better. 3 and change out of developed international markets and about a 2.3% return out of emerging markets. The story was really a shift in fixed income as we saw interest rates actually decline a little bit, which was a reversal of what we've seen in the first 4 months of the year. So while we saw some positive returns out of things from a fixed income standpoint, the gains we saw in May weren't anywhere near enough to erase the losses that we've seen on a calendar year to date basis. So it continues to be positive news across the board for the year. Out of the equity markets, double digit returns, 12 to 15% returns out of US markets, 7 to 10% returns so far for the year out of international markets. And then really from a fixed income standpoint, in all but the riskiest parts of the fixed income market, you're looking at negative returns, -2 to -3. So this isn't significant returns, but at least from a fixed income standpoint, anytime you see red or a negative sign or parentheses around a fixed income return number, it comes as a bit of a surprise to investors. The story really continues to be on a year-to-date basis is a shift in leadership. It continues to be small cap over large cap. It continues to be value over growth. And it continues to be things like energy and financials and materials over things like consumer discretionary and information technology. Or put a more simple way, what worked last year isn't working this year. And what didn't work last year is just absolutely crushing it from a performance standpoint so far this year. And it's kind of funny, you can think about that shift we're making from a consumer standpoint. Now I have the luxury of living at 13 and Crooks and managing through the Crooks rebuild right now. And we're certainly driving a bit more. And you're seeing that, for example, in energy related prices. And then as we're shifting to reopening, I'm actually going to a store to get some things rather than just relying upon Amazon's driver to put it on the front porch. You're seeing things like information technology and consumer staples really cool off from a return standpoint. What does it mean for your portfolio? Just go right to it. Total value now up to 156 million and change. That's actually going to be a bit higher today. I think we're now flirting with 160 million in overall value. One thing we will need to watch, just because we're getting close here to fiscal year end, is we'll probably have some rebalance activity just to make sure that we're in compliance with everything from an investment policy statement and Public Act 314 standpoint. It's something we're obviously always conscientious of, but I become even more paranoid about it when we're looking at fiscal year end, just to make sure that there isn't anything from an audit standpoint that could be flagged for being out of compliance. So we'll be in touch with Julie in the next week or so, just to make sure we have a handle on cities' reimbursement needs as we get close to the end of June. And we'll likely need to trim part of that equity portfolio back just to make sure we're below any of the ceilings. That's a good problem to have because it means we're trimming back continued gains. So how did we fare? As I'd mentioned, a bit more muted from a return standpoint, but it's still pretty solid news. Up 145 for the month, about 0.5% or a little bit better than 0.5% ahead of the policy index. On a year-to-date basis now of 9.1% on a gross and net of fees basis versus almost 7.4% for the policy index. And the story is really on a trailing 1 year basis. And this is about where we would be on a fiscal year-to-date basis as well. You're looking at a 29.6, almost 30% return for the last year. So that's going to certainly be good news from a funding standpoint, as long as we can just hold these levels. I'm not even going to be greedy and say I wanted to grind higher. If we can just hold where we are from now to the end of the month, for a lot of cities around the state of Michigan, it's going to be some really solid news in terms of recovery in funded ratio and improvement in overall health status of the system. You know, performance for the month obviously came from the international equity portfolio, but we saw domestic equity outperform, international equity outperform, domestic equity outperform, and obviously real estate is going to be a 0 just because that's a property or that's a portfolio that updates on a quarterly basis. And on a year-to-date basis as well, it continues to be a story of recovery from a domestic standpoint. You know, looking at a better than 15% return, better than 3% ahead of benchmark for that time period. A little bit of a miss from an international equity standpoint. 3 out of 4 of the major asset classes outperforming on a calendar year as well as on a trailing 1 year basis. So continue to see positive signs and a really nice outcome in the overall portfolio. That's the extent of prepared comments. You know, I heard Terry made the comment. It's pretty brief, and I foreshadowed the presentation with saying good news is concise and pretty easy to deliver. So I'm going to pause there and see if there's any questions.
I don't have any questions. Does anyone have any questions for Brian? All right. Well, thank you, Brian. I'm going to go ahead and make a motion to receive and file. Is there support?
Brett supports.
Thank you, Brett. All in favor? I'm a yes. Brett?
Yes.
Kyle?
Yes.
Monica?
Yes.
And Paul?
Yes.
All right. Anything to add under legal, Tom?
No, sir. Thanks. Have a nice weekend.
All right. Thank you as well. I will formally acknowledge that Brett Nelson is the police fire representative for the Healthcare Board. He'll be serving as trustee based upon the election process. His new term will expire 5/31 of 2025. Did you have anything else to add here, Julie?
No, thank you.
All right. The next meeting has been set for Friday, July 16th, 8:30 a.m. I'm going to make a motion to adjourn. Is there support?
Brett supports.
Thank you, Brett. All in favor? I am a yes. Brett?
Yes.
Kyle?
Yes.
Monica?
Yes.
Paul?
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. And I hope everyone has a good month.
Thanks all. Have a good weekend.
Good weekend. See you guys.
Out.